Hello everybody, this is Micaityl, and today I'm back with some more Higurashi When They Cry, Chapter 2, Watanagashi, so let's just begin. I was on my way back home. The cries of the Higurashi accentuated the already lonely evening. More time had passed than I thought. The orange of the dusky sky was being chased down little by little by an indigo color approaching from the east. Exhausted from the slow climb toward Timizawa, without even noticing it, I'd gotten off my bicycle and was pushing it uphill. I don't understand any of this. No one had told me to my face that I'd done something wrong. No. In fact, it might have just been easier on me that way. What happened yesterday really was just my curiosity. It was no more than a quiet prank. No more than having the courage to cross the red light as long as you did with the other people. The storehouse for ritual inputs howled the ground, only accessible to the family of the priest. For sure I'd seen terrifying things that I never imagined would be there. Thinking on it now, it didn't matter what was stored inside. It didn't make the wrong I had committed any more right. But the four of us did. Mion seemed to know about it. For some reason, even the police were trying to learn what the four of us did. Did we do something so bad? Really? It really doesn't matter how wrong it was. I did something wrong. It was nothing more than that, and yet I couldn't accept it. I didn't apologize to Mion or Uishi-san. All I did was shield myself with ambiguities. I did something wrong yesterday. I set foot into the forbidden storehouse for a little bit of mischief. I'll forget everything I saw in there. I won't ever do something like that again either. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. If I apologize like that, would they forgive me? The suddenly cool evening air left no room for such sentiment. However, as it mercilessly chilled my feet, urging me to head home as soon as possible. In the end, the evening air was correct. If I trudged along such an isolated road, regrets will pile on top of my regrets, but nothing would change. Let's go home. I'll go home, get to my room, put on my favorite music or something, and go to bed. That might just sound plain and boring, but it's probably the strongest I felt all day. Now that I made the decision, there's no point in dawdling in a place like this. I sat back on my bike. Okay, so he's kind of having a normal reaction to all of this because he's pretty stressed and all that, so why don't just lay down and go to sleep? That's probably one of the most realistic things I've heard in one of these games so far, though this game's kind of grounded in reality, kind of not, so yeah. I pushed hard on the pedals. I rapidly advanced forward. I steadily gained speed. The wind was cutting and mercilessly cold, but it actually felt good, as if it was softly punishing me. Ooh, softly punishment. Soft punishment. Okay, let's not make Keiichi into a masochist. I didn't eat much dinner before excusing myself early and returning to my bedroom. My mom called me from downstairs. Keiichi, you have a call. It's from Sonozaki-san. Sonozaki? Was it Mion? No. It was Shion. I just remembered. She had something she wanted to tell me today. Uchi-san had interrupted us, so she didn't get the chance. Shion had said she'll call tonight. Hello? Is that you, Shion? Hello! Ran into a bit of trouble today, didn't we? She said it so plainly that I got a bit annoyed. She was the one who left me there and ran. Don't say that. I gave you the signal to run away with me, didn't I? You just sat there looking dazed, Kei-chan. I wasn't dazed. All of a sudden you left me there, and after that I had to put up with that Uishi guy for ages. Don't complain to me about it. I can't believe she passed it off like that. She looks just like Mion, and yet inside, she's this different? I got a little irritated at myself when I realized I was, somewhere in my mind, hoping for the same reaction I would get from Mion, even though she's a different person. Sorry. Next time I'll run away and leave. Next time I'll run away first thing and leave you there. Hey, it's ladies first. Shion laughed refreshingly. When I heard her voice, I realized that she wasn't really that angry or anything. It was just as she said. The cause of my temper was because it was my own fault for not leaving immediately. I'll stop blaming it on others. Blaming it on others would be... Anyway, you had something to tell me, right? Oh, yeah. I mean, if you already know, then it's not something that bears repeating. Do you already know? Shion lowered her voice suddenly as if she were glancing around. I had no idea what could have I already known. Sorry, but I have no clue what you're talking about. At least give me a hint. So that means you don't know. She seemed to take my stupid sounding question as evidence. However, her voice didn't sound disappointed or aspirated in the slightest. Exasperated. Actually, it's about last night, during the Watanagashi festival. My entire body jolted as if I was assailed by a terrible feeling. Is Shion going to ask the same thing? Hello? Keiichi, are you listening? Yeah, I am. What about last night? The four of us. Went in there, right? She didn't beat around the bush. Whether I wanted to admit it, that was the actual, honest truth, and I couldn't act like it hadn't happened. Then after that, we walked away together, and then went our separate ways near the stone stairs, right? Takano-san and Tomotage-san went to the stream, and you stay there, Kei-chan. I'm online. Oops. Shoot. Okay, well, whatever. Screw it. I'm gonna stay online. I went over to see some relatives. Okay, I should probably go offline because the last time I stayed online... okay, Oh no, I'm invisible! Yay! I just see what everyone else is doing. Okay, okay, I had to censor a lot of that since you should not be seeing some of my, information. Sorry, alright. Yeah. Why do you ask? We won't make any progress if we keep asking each other questions, so let me ask this question first. Okay? You mean, did I see Tomotage-san and Takano-san last night? Huh? Oh, yes. Did you see the two of them after that? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. This is the third time I've been asked this question today. Why? Why? What the hell is going on? Why? Why are you asking me that? No, Kei-chan! I'm asking the question. Please answer me. Did you, Shion? If you answer first, then I'll answer. My shabby response betrayed how scared and small I felt right now, after everything that had just happened today. Shion didn't say anything for a few moments. Just as I was beginning to think I really put my foot in my mouth with that response, she finally answered me. Of course I didn't see them. My relatives were with me, and they could vouch for that. I didn't see them either. People can vouch for me too, like Mion, Rena, and everyone else. Now that she knew our answers were matched, she let out a sigh and sounded more relieved than anything else. Thank you for answering me honestly. Okay then, I'll tell you. Apparently, last night, Takano-san and Tomotage-san died. Sorry, Shion. What was that you just said? Apparently, last night, Takano-san and Tomotage-san died. Takano-san was found burned to death. Tomotage-san was, well, it looked like a suicide. I found out this morning. I heard my dad talking to a relative on the phone about it. Late last night, a police car was on his way back from the festival security duty. I had discovered Tomotage-san lying in the middle of the road heading towards Okuniya. He had clawed out his throat and died. What? He clawed out his own throat? That bright, cheerful Tomotage-san committed suicide? That can't possibly be right. The police did an autopsy. He did it with his own fingernails. He scratched at his throat so hard that he ruptured its blood vessels and died out. Bled out. Not died out, oops. He died in a pool of his own blood, and that's what they said. I've never heard such an insane suicide. You can't just scratch open your own throat like that. I realized I was yelling too loudly, so I lowered the force I was putting into my voice. I didn't want my parents to hear me, so I switched to the cordless phone and ran up to my own room. Sorry for yelling. So, was Takano-san... was that a suicide too? In her case, it's a little unclear. Takano-san's body was found in the mountains of the Gifu prefecture. Employees at a restaurant nearby reported to the police late that night they could see flames in the mountains. The firefighters dispatched there were the first ones to find her. Oh, the firefighters who were dispatched were the first ones to find her. An autopsy concluded that it was a burned female corpse with a half-naked female. They initially considered the body beyond recognition, but directly after, there was a request for a dental comparison from the XX Prefectural Police Station in Okinomiya, and the results concluded that it was Mio Takano. The cause of death wasn't confirmed, but it was highly likely to have been a homicide, since she was in her undergarments and her clothes were nowhere in the area. Okay. The oil drum had fallen over, so it was possible that she burned herself to death. It couldn't have possibly been suicide. If you're gonna die, there are plenty easier ways, aren't there? This can't be a suicide. That's what I think. It's unthinkable that Tomotaki-san will kill himself too. As the two of us rattled on at each other, there was a silence as we paused to catch each other's breath. And then we calmed our nerves. Right then, I understood what Shion's story actually meant. I think it will end up being Oshio-sama's curse. We all did more than enough to deserve it after all. Deserve? You gotta be kidding! It's not like Shion wanted to see it with me. I went along with her. I tried to say that, but I fell silent. Nothing would come of me blaming others. It didn't matter how much everyone else encouraged me. I could have put my foot down. I lost my own half-assed sense of adventure and agreed to go with them. Yes. It was my fault, no one else's. Shion. Last night, when we snuck into the ritual storehouse, did you predict things that would turn out this way? Of course not! I mean, I thought it was pretty risky, but I never dreamed of something like this could happen. Shion's words were probably her true feelings. She knew that she could get in trouble if we were caught, but the thrill of this little adventure... That was the thrill of this little adventure. It was the same for me. Besides that, Kei-chan, think about it for a moment. Didn't Oshio-sama's curse turn out a little strange this year? It was already plenty strange, seeing as how Tomotaki-san and Takano-san died like that. Given all of that, what could have possibly been stranger? I mean that they found 2 corpses. Remember what I said? Every other year, one person would die, and the other person would disappear. This year is the first time that 2 people have been found dead. That may not be true, but it's not a huge deal, is it? It is, Kei-chan. Think about it harder. Listen. If 2 people died because of Oshio-sama's curse, then in order to quell Oshio-sama's anger, 2 people would be needed to be sacrificed. Is that how it works? So what? Tomotaki-san and Takano-san died, so now 2 people are going to go missing this year? I didn't understand why, but when I said that, I felt my spine freeze. I don't think anyone's been confirmed missing yet. I think those 2 people have yet to be disappeared. Shion, like me, was obviously getting the same feeling crawling down her back. 2 people have yet to disappear. Shion didn't answer. I couldn't say any more than that either. A chill crept through my clothes and tried to wrap it into a fist around my heart. Cold hands feeling about on my chest. Tomotake's cold hands grabbing him. Watch out, Kei-chan. You're going to disappear. Plus, I'm groping you. Damn it! That was so out of place. Okay. Okay, I went way too far about that joke. This is supposed to be a serious scene, and I made a joke about Tomatake. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, no, stop. Okay, me stop. I was stupid. Let's keep on reading. Forget that happened. But you won't. Neither of us could said anything. Tomatake-san opened the lock, and then he died. Takano-san exposed the ritual storehouse, and she died. If 2 more people were to be sacrificed, then they would be none other than the ones who entered in with them. None other than us. No. This gotta be a joke. I wouldn't so much for her to pass this off as a joke, even now. That, though, was an incredibly difficult and selfish request. Tomatake-san and Takano-san had died in a common way like a car accident. I could tell myself it was a coincidence. Instead, he clawed out his own throat, and she was burned to death, drowned in oil in the mountains. Whoa! Okay! I don't know what I just did. Okay! Okay, don't press that button! The 2 deaths were so out of the ordinary that I couldn't possibly dismiss it as mere coincidence. It was as if, in exchange for sneaking into the ritual storehouse, there must be someone punishing us, some sort of cruel will working behind the scenes. Even so, I still wanted to accept that terrifying truth. If I did, then I would have to acknowledge that a horrible crisis was growing near Shion and I. That's why I argued against it. I argued, knowing I was running away. In the first place, it's not even in the newspaper, is it? Such a monstrous incident would be all over the newspapers and television. Magazines rivals will flood the village too, thinking it will make for a more interesting story. Of course it's not being reported by the media. That's how it was in the past too. When the incident occurred for the 3rd year in a row, there were 3rd-rate magazines. I'm going to reread that. When the incidents occurred for the 3rd year in a row, there were some 3rd-rate magazines that sniffed out the story and ran issues full of gossip columns about Himizawa. Fearing that the region would develop a negative stigma, they negotiated with the prefecture and the police. Since last year, it became a big conspiracy, where no information about the incidents was allowed to be leaked in the media. I hear the elders and the top brass from the Sonozaki family put all the pressure they could on the police. Then you mean their deaths are now going to be dealt with? Their deaths are going to be dealt with well. Oh, wow, that was really... This is hard for me to read. Their deaths are going to be dealt with in total secrecy? That's how it is. Of course, the police are investigating it. That's being performed in secret, though I hear the investigation itself is very restricted in what it can and can't do. You can essentially say that they're interfering with the police investigation. The story was unbelievable. Wow, okay. People died, and yet they don't publicize it and deal with everything in secret. If we break it down further, it means that no matter who dies on the night of Watanagashi, it won't go public. That's the biggest pile of bullshit I ever heard! Kei-chan, before I say how the villagers could be the one carrying out Urshiba-sama's curse, that's what I mean. At some point, a tradition that was created here in Himizawa, where every year you're allowed to kill someone on the night of the Watanagashi under the guise of being Urshiba-sama's curse. When someone dies on the night of the Watanagashi, it turns into the curse of Urshiba-sama. The curse turns into serial murder incidents. In order to avoid exasperating the negative stigma surrounding Himizawa, those incidents are dealt with in secret. That's insane! Dead and missing people turn up every year? However, the bad stigma gets the police to draw the line somewhere, don't they? You see the incidents happening every year is mysterious, but the police can get the job done when they need to. After all, the incidents always get resolved individually. It doesn't end up being a string of incidents, you know. It just so happens that something unfortunate happens on the night of Watanagashi every year. That's all it turns into. Most of the criminals responsible for the original dismember were arrested. The last one managed to get away. The last one managed to get and stay away, but the events totally exposed and exfoliated, so it was, in essence, resolved. A damn supporting couple who died in the accident on the second year, that was an accidental death, plain and simple. They made a lot of investigations into the possibility of it being having a homicide, but they didn't turn up anything. It ended up being as an accident. It was resolved. On the third year, the priest fell ill and passed away. There were doctors present at the hospital at his deathbed, and they all had trustworthy medical certificates. They even did an autopsy, and concluded that it wasn't homicide. That was resolved too. On the fourth year, the sister-in-law of the dame-supporting couple was murdered. The criminal was an abnormal man with a history of regular psychostimulant usage. He confessed that he thought Orishiba-sama's curse was so interesting he wanted to try it out. The criminal died of an accident while in prison, so this incident was essentially resolved as well. That's right. Another instance. Wow, my voice is really dry. Like, it's getting hard for me to read. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to finish this part so that this won't be split into many different videos. Since I gone too far to restart now, so yeah, I'm not gonna run downstairs and get a bottle of water. So I'm gonna just read all this in one go with a dry throat. I'm gonna try my best not to hit my microphone and to read. None of the incidents had any relation to another, and each was independently resolved. So then, why does an unfortunate coincidence occur every year on the night of the Watanagashi? You could try to say it's a string of related incidents, but they're not related. Yet, every year, someone dies, and someone always disappears. The story Takano-san told me on the day before the setup. Now that the curse had really occurred this year, I couldn't just laugh it off. Then, does that mean it will come for us too? Just like how one person dies and one person disappears every year. Are you saying we'll be taken along with Tomitake-san and Takano-san and it'll be erased too? My lips at some point had become completely dry, and just saying that was difficult. Shion didn't respond. Her silence, however, was the clearest form of confirmation that she could give me. I mean, sure. We went somewhere we shouldn't have. But we were just looking, right? We didn't steal anything or take anything out. We didn't tell anyone that we looked, right? I was already regretting having committed such a wrong. Even so, was it really so bad that Tomitake-san and Takano-san deserved such cruel deaths? Besides, I didn't even care about anything I saw in there at all. Takano-san was the only one getting so happy over it, wasn't she? Takano-san was the only one at fault. I don't have anything to do with this. I'm not interested. I'm not involved. I don't give a shit about what was in there. I knew saying so wouldn't solve anything. I could feel myself, my cold self in the innermost depths of my heart, disgusted at my pointless howling. However, my emotions had broken through the dam, and I couldn't stop them anymore. I don't have any interest from this from the start, damn it! All I wanted to do was watch Rika-chan's performance. You were the one who pulled me away from that, weren't you, Shion? I don't give a rat's ass whether those who were trying to steal something or were trying to meet up secretly or whatever. That's right, you're the one who made me go in the first place, Shion. You were all, Keiichi, you need to see what's inside, and you convinced me to pull it. You convinced me and pulled me in. Why the hell did you do that? I didn't have anything to do with this. What will you do? What are you going to do, damn it? How are you going to take responsibility for this? Huh? Hey, are you listening? Ah! Sorry, my voice is, really, really dry. I was not going to yell that, plus, I don't want to blast your ears out. That's why it's kind of do the silent. Yeah, I did not want to blast your guys' ears out because, well, my voice is already loud the way it is, and this is me normally talking. So me yelling, that would be one hell of a sound bite that I might actually have to turn down myself because, yeah, plus me yelling might concern the neighbors since I don't have any soundproofing in my little recording place, aka the bonus room. So yeah, click. Without any warning, the phone cut off with a soft sound of the receiver being slammed down. Shion was just as terrified as I was. I just said some really self-centered things. My raw emotions disappeared as if they never existed, and in their place was waves of deep regret having my mouth run so irresponsibly. I could try to call Shion's name from beyond the disconnected phone, but it was too late. You know what was also too late? This little thing I'm about to do. English! Because I did a very bad mess-up. Yeah. What have I done? What have I... Nah, I'm not doing it in a musical, plus I really fucked that up. And I just need to keep on reading. Oh my god, I keep on getting distracted and all that. Thank you guys for supporting me so much, but I have one question. How can you support me when I can't barely read one chapter of a story correctly? Shion was only trying to tell me as much as she could about this thing about to have descend upon us. As for me, I could only whine at it like a child about it. I went to call her back, but then remembered she lived in Okinawa. I didn't know her phone number. Since I had declared to Mion that I hadn't seen Shion last night, I could have just called Mion and asked her for Shion's phone number. I was too scared. I couldn't even call her back. I was stricken with hopeless regret. I returned the receiver to its stand, and I simply prayed that Shion will call me back again. Please, Shion. Calm down and call me again. Oh shit! That was quick. Hello, this is Maibara. I swept up the receiver as though it wouldn't go through if I didn't grab it at that exact moment. Is this the Maibara residence? Excuse me for the late call. Aki Miyoshi. Is this the head of the household? It was the voice of a middle-aged man. All my hosts rushed out at me. No, it isn't. If you need Dad, I'll go call him. I went to put the receiver back down, but the man stopped me hurriedly. Oh, no. If he's busy, then it's fine. This may be a strange question, but is my old man paying you a visit? No. Nobody's here at the moment. I see. Okay, I apologize for calling you so late at night. Goodbye. I don't know who that was, but if Shion tried to call while I was talking to him, I thought, bubbling his egotistic anger. Hey, wait. Give me a break. Give it a break, my Keiichi Maibara. These were selfish emotions that made Shion mad at me, aren't they? The more I thought about it, though, the more I thought that Shion had given up hope in the short time short time since we had our conversation. She didn't want to call anymore. Calm yourself, Keiichi Maibara. If Shion does call again, then first apologize in a calm voice. If you do that, then Shion would understand. Should understand. However, no matter how long I waited, the phone didn't ring again that night. Again, I'm sorry for getting distracted while reading. That's just me being normal. Plus, my voice is really dry right now, and it's kind of getting a little bit painful to read, and me trailing off was, yeah. Woohoo! Tips! Okay, let's read these tips. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. I could wait for next time to read them, but I'm just going to go ahead and read them now so that we can get to the next chapter next time. So let's begin. Scrapbook 6. The significance of the Watanagashi. Watanagashi, a festival of hunting for sacrifices and feasting on them. While the festival itself is remarkable, it has come to be considered a form of entertainment as well. Perhaps it was because of the disparity between being both an egregious act and a form of entertainment that the perpetrators began to believe themselves as transcendent. However, I found some very interesting literature that appears to raise questions about the explanation. As with most oral traditions, it's not easily swallowed, but it does mention a few things that spark my interest. According to this literature, even the residents of the Okinafuchi village felt fear towards this ritual. Women and children would grow pale and tremble, and those those weaker constitution would vomit, but at least said that the feast, the section, was an obligatory viewing. This was an extremely curious tale. Until now, I thought that the residents of Okinafuchi village was fascinated by the Watanagashi ritual. They looked down on those vulgar, barbaric humans and cut them open like fish. And by eating them, they reaffirmed their own holiness. At least, that's what I thought. However, if what the villagers gained from this ritual was not fascination, but fear, then that would suggest the ritual meant something entirely different. There's the possibility that the executions were meant as warnings, encouraging the villagers to strictly follow religious precepts created by those with power for their own convenience. Okinafuchi has been effectively ruled over by three old families, called the Three Families. But without investigating the three families, I probably won't get any closer to the truth of the Okinafuchi village. Alright. Three families. I think the Sonozakis might be one. Let's see if Scrapbook 7 says anything about the Sonozakis being involved. Alright, three families. The three families refer to the three old families who effectively came to rule Okinafuchi village. To break it down, there was the Kimiyoshi family, the Furude family, and the Sonozaki family, and each of them still exists today. Furude is Rika's family, and Sonozaki is Mion's family, and Shion's. Though they don't have as much control as they did in the remote past, but they still hold a considerable amount of influence today. The three families are considered by the legend to be those in whom the blood of the swamp demons run the thickest. The Kimiyoshi family. The Kimiyoshi family appears to have Kimiyoshi! Okay, so, I think Kimiyoshi was the guy who called Keiichi after, the embarrassing Shion call, or, Keiichi was being so self-centered that he made her hang up. So, I think after that call, Kimiyoshi called him to see if his, father, younger Kimiyoshi called if older Kimiyoshi was at the house. It was complicated to explain. Let's just read about their family. The Kimiyoshi family appears to have held great power as the head of the three families, but it doesn't seem to have that kind of leadership today. The current mayor of the village, Yoshikiro Kimiyoshi, is from this family. The fact that members of the Kimiyoshi family are elected as mayor every generation is thought to be a remnant of the old system. Of course, as no rival candidates appear, it doesn't hold the change that the Kimiyoshi family holds a mayoral office even though popular elections in the post-war era, even through the post-election process. Okay. The Furude family. The center of the village is faded since ancient time. The center of the village is faded since ancient times. The Furude clan has guarded the whole shrine dedicated to Orishiro-sama. They were worshipped as the only people who represent the voice of Orishiro-sama for a long time. The family branched off after the war and lost most of its power. It now consists of only the main house. The main house, as well, presently consists of only one daughter, Rika Furude, so the lineage may end in this generation. There is apparently an old tradition of honoring females in the Furude family, so the only daughter, Rika, is a subject of much respect among the elderly in the village. The Sonozaki family. It's said that this family had a certain police-like role of protecting the religious precepts of the Okinafuchi village. Of the three families, the relatively weak position can be seen from me putting them here as last. Of course, today the Sonozaki family is flourishing, and the state of affairs among the three families is completely reversed. Even now, one can say that they are in control of Himizawa. The three families conferring with each other is similar to the old way. The current head of the Sonozaki family, Oryu, essentially decides all the going-ons in the village by herself. Interesting. So, the Kimiyoshi family was the leader back in the old days, but now the Sonozaki family is risen up in power. That's pretty interesting. Of course, this is fiction, so I can't really like look more into that. Though I could probably read more in the next upcoming chapters and games of Higurashi, but those are all for another video. Let's get to the last night phone call. Okay. Excuse me for the late call. I'm Kimiyoshi. Is this the head of the household? Yes. No, not at all. Thank you very much for that. Yes. Well, you see, I do apologize for calling at this hour, but I was wondering if our old man was visiting you at the moment. You've got that right. Yes. Once again, I'm very sorry for calling so late. Goodbye. So, no good? I'm not sure what to do. He may be passionate about it, but at least he gives us a call. You called everyone that plays Go with. He plays Go with, didn't you? Hello! This is Kimiyoshi. This is Sonozaki. How did it go? Have you found the mayor? Oh, Mion-chan. I've called everyone I could think of, but I came up with nothing. We can't find him. What do I do? Where could he be idling about? I put word in a bunch of people who might have an idea, but no one did. I asked Nana about it, and she said she could get the men of the village together to search for him. At this hour? I mean, it's not like he's definitely gone missing. Watanagashi just happened. She thinks she could be a little bit more cautious. If we still can't find him, then we notify the police tomorrow morning. Whether or not we find him, though, we should refrain from making any false accusations. Oreo-san said that? Yes. If you can't trust her without hearing her voice, I could put her on for you. No, that's fine. I understand. We'll get the men together and search. If we still can't find him, then we'll notify the police in the morning. She'll leave it to you and organize the men. I'll be there as well, as Nana's representative. Thank you. I'll get everyone together immediately. Thanks. I'll talk to you later. Alright, so the mayor has gone missing. That's why Kimiyoshi called to see if the mayor was at Keiichi's house, but Keiichi doesn't have the mayor in his house, so what exactly is going on? Well, we're going to find out in Chapter 9 of Higurashi When They Cry, Watanagashi, alongside Micaityl or Michael's narration that, as I meant, it's not the best. I could give Higurashi more justice, but I'm a terrible reader. Leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you guys for liking this series and supporting me to say how I'm quite a goof on camera and reading. So I thank you guys again. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you all